If you know adventure motorcycles, you know that there is something called Trans Euro Trail, basically, which is a community of riders who share the trails with each other. And I always wanted that something similar should happen in India. So when my friend told about that they are coming up with Great India Trail, I was excited and was willing to share and explore what the trails were listed over there. So in October 2019, before the pandemic was here, I was lucky to go on to the Gujarat and Rajasthan section of the Great. Over there, I bombed on some of the beautiful sands. There was like some beautiful landscapes. Even from going from Maharashtra to there, that was a big fun. So let's see how it went. Our first planned destination was Rann of Kutch. We all growing up have seen like in the salt flats people bombing their vehicle. All the speed records are there set on the salt flats, and we decided to have some fun over there. Luckily we were way before the festival of Run or the Ranotsav was there, so we had enormous gigantic salt flats all to ourselves. There was just two vehicles over there on that day, and basically we can do whatever we want. So what we did, we had a ton of fun. I tried to run the bike as fast as I could and touched the top speed sometimes. Okay, so that was fun. And after that, you have seen the videos of sliding the vehicles. Okay, so we didn't plan to have this recorded, but I anyways have the GoPro on and I say, okay, why not, let's share with everyone. So the Rann of Kutch is basically wet in the rains, and after it becomes a fun playground. So if you want to go and have fun, go in October or November. So it is started. I mean, it's dry enough so you can ride the bike over there, but it is not crowded yet. So we started exploring those and we started having fun. Put a GoPro on the stand. We started riding just the way we want. Pop some wheelies, have some good slides over there. Let's see how it went. You'll see. Please share the comment. How do you like that or not? Also, if you need some information about going there or planning something, you can go. Just for the idea of connectivity, this place is having only Geo phone. Okay. It was mad fun sliding the bike under you, and you're going like, okay, the nature is your playground. The views were nice, and you can just do whatever you want over there. No thing. Even with the luggage on the bikes and everything, it was huge and lovely playground. So we keep this circus going on for a couple of hours, and till basically we found out, okay, we have fuel to save to reach to our next place. Okay, around the Rann of Kutch there are multiple trails. You'll see them. Okay, and basically there's a web of trails heading towards the Rann of Kutch, and we explored them as well. So you can see over there, like, it is a web like network cables, if I will say. Everywhere you look, there's a trail going, it's going somewhere, and this is important that you don't get lost. Okay, so if you're heading something like this, please record yourself so you don't get lost, or have at least a GPS over map of you. After the Rann of Kutch, we through Mount Abu, we picked the Aravalli hills to reach Udaipur. This is the section of the grid, and this is a place called Fulwari Natural Park. This is a place of flying lizard. Sorry, my bad, flying squirrels. So I don't they generally fly in the night, and we were not prepared that, okay, we were not aware that something like this is there. So we took the scenic views, and this is something I'll come to revisit, okay, probably with my camping gear. So there are spots, and after the salt flats, this greenery, the rivers and everything, it was a nice change of scenery. We took a break over here, interacted with the locals, the kids were having fun, and if not geared up like this, I would have taken a plunge myself. But the views were lovely, and the cameras don't justify. What you see on the screen is a portion of what the place offers. So if you are planning Rajasthan, go and explore the hidden part, not the touristy part. After this, we headed to Udaipur, and we took the scenery and we headed to the Udaipur, and we stayed over there for a couple of days. Before that, if you are in Rajasthan, you will see a ton of stone quarries or stone mines, granite mines. So we took some time over there as well. We spent a couple of days in Udaipur. We had to meet some friends, and also it was a change of scenery. So we spent a couple of days planning what to do next. Okay, so I generally don't keep my plans sorted when I'm exploring. So we headed towards the India-Pakistan border of Rajasthan. Thar is the place. Okay, and in back of my mind, I always wanted to do desert storm. So I have done Red Himalayan in the past, and I wanted to do the desert storm, and I wanted to see that if a Himalayan can, what it can do on those terrains. People have said that you are doing this, going and attempting a desert rally on this 200 kg motorcycle will going to be suicidal. But on the other hand, there are few people who have completed and finished those rallies. So I started this, and this was basically a litmus test for me that if I want to attempt it over the Himalayan, or I want to pick up a lighter bike. Okay, so I was little bit more curious over here as well, how to ride in desert. So I was having no experience in the past that how you can ride in a desert, and did some stupidity which is coming in the next part wait in a few seconds. We saw a decent sand dune. Okay, so the camera does not just do that justice over here, and the wide angle GoPros, they does not show you the inclination properly. But after adding something on the banks of the road I started climbing dunes. Okay, and you see over here, Himalayan was doing decent enough. Okay, I will not say it will go like a fast desert or rally prep bike, but this is a stock Himalayan just with a free flow sensors, free flow exhaust, and air filter. Nothing else has changed. And on that, I was surprisingly impressed. I was not expecting to ride on sand. The tires I was using, the front was a MRF motocross tire, and the rear one was with a Apollo one. And over there, if you see, I was loaded with luggage, 2 saddle bags, 1 spare tire, and I don't know what else. Okay, so I was impressed, and I started getting cocky. Okay, so this was fun, and I did. And the next thing I attempted take me to trouble. I deflated my tire after I saw there's a good piece of sand on which you can ride, but it's not getting too risky or it's not big of a dune. Okay, so I went back, picked up such to build the momentum, and I've already gone inside, if you see the tire trails, a couple of times. So I started building up speed, and you will see that I was not very confident, but the good thing was I was not going inside the desert. Okay, and what happens over here, I started to see and started to go far and far and far. And this is over there, basically doing a turn, I let go of the throttle, and that was my mistake. You see over there, I crashed over here, and I crashed, and the reason was I let go of the throttle. So, and you see that the handlebar is stuck inside the sand, the front wheel is inside the sand, and if I'll go in the future in a little bit forward, you'll see that okay, my front tire is inside sand and the rear one is flying outside. Okay, and because of this I was not getting enough leverage to pull up the bike, and the lucky thing I was lucky that after attempting something, I took a breath, I drank some water, but didn't try too much hard. Okay, so if you're stuck in something similar, it is not worth of spending your energy or wasting your water. Go get help. If you can lift your bike in couple of tries, starting 4-5 tries, fair enough. If you are not, it's not a shame. Get help, especially in places like this. We have all heard the horror stories of things going wrong inside the desert. I was lucky this did not happen 1 or 2 kilometers inside the desert. It happened near to the road. So what I did after a couple of tries, I started walking away. Not couple of tries. You see, this is stupidity. I will not do this the next time. I will not do it at all. But something came to my senses. I took some pause, tried to cool off, and basically what happens if you try to do this, you see I'm struggling over here, and things will go down south if you keep struggling like this. You see I'm trying to stand on the bike to make it just pivot, but it will not pivot. Why? There was an inclination over there. And even with this is a heavy bike, to be honest. This is a heavy bike to be ridden on desert. Although you can ride it, if you are going into the riding first time in the sand, this was my first day in my entire life that I'm riding on the sand. I have some experience on fish, but not this sand. So what I did eventually, you'll see in the video, I pressed my horn a few times after giving, and like, okay, enough is enough, and let's go ahead. And Kunal, my friend, he was waiting for me outside. He heard the horn and he came back. You can see all the struggle what is happening over there. Without external help, this could have been the last day of my life. To be honest, these things are scary. Maybe I would have been able to manage it, okay? But even if I would have been able to pick it up, I'm not sure I would have the energy left to take it away. So I pressed the horn a few times. So if he can if he can hear it, he can come to help me. And this is where we need SOS devices. Something shits go wrong, you need external help, and never go off-road alone. Never ever go off-road alone. You see what I'm doing over here? This was the smartest thing that saved me that day. Second smartest. First was getting a friend and not going too much inside the desert. So you see, I saw him coming. Okay, so this frame will not do the justice. So I'll just let me do something here. सांस लेगा कि उठाएं? उठाते हैं, उठा नहीं उठाते हैं। उठ रही होती अकेले से, नहीं हो रहा वैसे वो। आगे से उठानी पड़े।
तुझे वो जैसा उठा है वैसे।
हाँ रुक, पकड़े रख। चे बात लौट है। छोड़ दे, छोड़ दे।
तो बैठने दे, छोड़ दे रहा मैं।
नहीं तभी अच्छा आया ना।
अब मैं भी आ रहा।
बता
आधा इतना इधर तो
मैं पहले कर रहा था ना, उतना ही कर।
हाँ।
सड़क देखे वहां से। फिर चलते हैं, तू लौटता मैं कर।
यहाँ भी कर लेते, फिर लौट।
After which this we headed to Tanor, the mandir over there, which is basically the last village on the India-Pakistan border. After which the entire border section is there, and you cannot go there without easy permissions. So we just sit over there, park the bikes, explore the things, and after this, while returning, so we were taking cautiously after that crash, and also there were like fun flats out sections. After this, we headed over this, and this was mad fun. It keep on continuing for kilometers. I hope you liked this video. Please share, comments, or if you need more information on navigation on how to ride, please comment. I love to create more things.